Today, we're going to do something really weird. I normally don't step this far out of my comfort zone, but we're going to see how it works out, okay? Maybe I need to take the blue pill. Maybe I have been living in the Matrix and I need to step out and figure out what the best way to use my Kron is. The Kron is obviously one of the strongest and most overpowered tier 10s on a ridgeline, and I normally run Kali on it. Well, today, we're putting on Vents, which increases the DPM to 2,711. It also gives us better dispersion, better aiming time, better turret traverse speed, which actually is important for the Kron because turning that turret faster allows you to not get shot in the weak spots as quickly. And we're going to be pairing that with double food. So we're going to be taking off a sandbag for the food, and then we're going to be taking off improved fuel for protective kit. That way we can get our tracks back faster and we don't have to worry about being destroyed as quickly. So in the Kron, we have 2,734 DPM. That's a lot of DPM for a Kron. I mean, if this was your average run-of-the-mill, single shot, sure. But this is a 3-shell auto-reloader with a 1,230 damage clip. And not only that, 9 degrees of gun depression. A turret that you really can't penetrate when using gun depression. Yeah, the Kron's kind of a goofy vehicle, and we're gonna see how goofy it is in this battle right now. So let's see what we can do. Let's start by I don't even know. We only have 2 heavies, and I don't love that when I play on this map. Well, whatever, I'm gonna cross it. I will sacrifice for the team. Hopefully my team supports me, but we do have a 40.05, and, well, I guess that's better than nothing. We got our super speed boost active, which is allowing us to go upwards of 40 kilometers per hour. We do get a bounce from the enemy WZ-132-1, and while I was tempted to stop and shoot them, it's definitely not worth it. E6 tries to shoot at me, doesn't get the penning shot. I need to move up. That is the important play right now. That's the play I'm going to make. So we're going to keep going. E6 ends up bouncing me. And now we can move into this position right here. There we go. One shot. That was actually a real goofy shell. I'm not oh, that one was cringe. But I'm not sure how that first shot actually ended up penning the E6 to be real. Let's just back up. E6 bounces me again. And this is perfect because it gives my 57 and the rest of my teammates the ability to move up. BZ-75 just shot, which means I can chill right here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up. And I'm going to push on this T95E6. We're going to get 1 shell into that player right now. 40.05 is going to roll off to the side. And he's going to do awful, but what he is going to do is distract the enemy. So we're going to reload, and there's 1 shell into the enemy E6, and 2 shells into the enemy E6, and 3 shells into the enemy E6. And just like that, we've cleared that player. I'm not worried at all about this BZ-75. Kron reverses at 18 kilometers per hour, which is more than this player even has in terms of mobility. We're just going to chill here, get an easy shell into the BZ. We're going to back up. I was a little worried about them having a tank destroyer that would shoot me, but I really don't think there's much this player can do to counter me. Just going to chill here, reload. I'll wait for my 57 to get his clip back too, because the best part about the Kron is, as I mentioned, we gain more DPM the longer we take. So I wait, and now we have 2 shells back. I wait a little longer, we'll have 3 shells back. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Just like that, we have our shells. There's 1 shell into you, 2 shells into you, and 3. Nice. There goes the full health BZ. Yeah, the Kron's overpowered. Nobody needs to debate this. I mean, the fact that I can just destroy everything in front of me without even worrying, it's kind of dumb. Now, at this point, there's only 2 vehicles that we see, and a tank that we don't, which is the... Oh, there you go. We have the enemy line in the back corner. Okay, well, that player's a goner. And at this point, it's going to be a pretty easy win. But you know what? The Kron did a pretty dang good job at exactly what it needed to. And that was destroying the 2 enemy heavies that we ended up going up against. They really did not stand a chance. And you know what? Neither does that STB. Right out of the game. We're probably at actually a solid amount of damage. I don't know exactly how much, but... yeah, 3,900. Well, that game worked pretty well, I have to say. I don't know if Vents directly helped us, but it did give us more effective DPM, which then allowed us to directly deal more damage to the enemy. 4,100 damage, we blocked 1,100. Yeah, the Kron's kind of dumb. It really is. Even if I do something goofy like this, it still doesn't really struggle. As I said, 2,750 DPM. Why? Why does this tank get 2700 DPM? And then you also have the additional shells. So as you saw, E6, it's a super duper strong heavy. But you know what the E6 can't do? It can't counter a Kron on a ridgeline. That E6 made one fatal mistake, and that was not crossing to A cap at the top. If that E6 had gone to base A, it would have stopped me from being able to push up super aggressive, and then he could have distracted with the BZ-75. I don't think I would have died because we had more tanks. The 4005 would have YOLO'd either way, which still would have allowed me to get a clip into the BZ. But the E6 really ruined that situation because the E6 has the mobility, it has the DPM. And because of that, it's a good counter. But allowing me to get the positional advantage over that E6, even if it was a good player, is exactly what I needed to get that win. So this game, we have a VK72 and a BZ75 up against us. Is it the same BZ? Probably. I don't really know, but I don't really care. We are going to make our way to mid. I'm not going to use my super speed boost. We're going to save that for getting out of trouble. But we're going to move up to this area right here. This is a good early game spot. Not only do we detect vehicles that play aggressive, like this BZ, and by the way, we will outspot most tanks as well because we are featuring vents and giving us slightly more view range. But for now, I'm going to chill right here, and I'm going to wait. I don't like this map when it comes to a lightly armored, not hull-down heavy. That's exactly what we're in. We are spotted, which would entail that there is a light tank either there or here. And I don't really like that. So we're just going to keep waiting. Our mediums, our lights refuse to do something. And it's not my job to play aggressive because they're not moving. But what I do see is that our team is pushing up aggressive on the one flank of the map pretty quickly. And what that means for me is that I can push up pretty aggressive pretty quickly. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to move over here. That player just got pretty heavily bonked. Is that 268 going to pull forwards? I doubt it. We're going to aim it on the BZ, and there you go. 405, of course. There it is. The enemy T100 LT on my side. That is what we call cringe. All right, well, we aim it on the BZ again. Great, 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 great. Well, we get 2 shells into the 4005. 4005 misses the shots on me, and the T100 does end up backing off. What is going on in this game, brother? What is this? We have so many goofballs doing so many goof plays. I'm going to wait for this 4005 to poke. Oh my god, now we got the Sheridan on our side and everything else too. Bruh. Well, we get a nice shell into you. I'm going to move up a little bit. I'm going to move over here. I don't know if that BZ is still there. Indeed they are. But I think that if I move up over here, we should be pretty safe for the most part. You don't have to worry about the 4005 as of now. You don't have to worry about all the enemy tanks this second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move over here and try and get some damage into the enemy 268. So there's, I don't know where that shell went, but you know what? We penned it, so whatever. That VK is going to shoot me, but you know what? I'm going to shoot you right back. And you actually didn't even outtrade me that much, so I guess that's still a dub for me. I'm going to back up. I'm not worried about that VK. The 114 is going to get a nice bonk into him. We're going to reload ourselves, and yeah, that works. I didn't really want to shoot because we still have a lot of health that we have to get through on the enemy team. And the enemy T100 is making a fairly aggressive play right now. I could have shot that, but I kind of screwed up my aiming there. It's fine, though. This 4005 is the biggest threat on the enemy team, and that player needs to go. 4005 bounces me once, bounces me twice, somehow. The first shot, I understood. The first bounce made sense. The second one, I don't know how bro managed to screw that one up, to be real. There we go. Nice shot into the Sheridan. I have to say, you know what? Running Vents has been pretty nice this game. It's definitely given us more DPM. It's definitely given us more damage output in general, and that has been quite nice to bleed out the enemy and get out some extra damage. We have the enemy Sheridan, which I can't shoot, but we can get the T100. I was hoping we could get a high explosive out into the T100, but you know what? That works just as well. All right, well, this was a pretty chill game, as is every game in the Kron. As I've said, I think it's very challenging for me to do bad in the Kron. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game, and it's a vehicle that I have some of the highest stats in the entire server on when it comes to my main account, and you can see exactly why. The clipping potential, the mobility, the gun depression, the DPM, everything this tank has is quite insane. And it allowed me to deal 4,888 damage in one of the easiest damage games I've had in a while. You know what? I'm feeling risky. I'm going to try one more game. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see. We will see. Come on, load us into a battle, Ouija. Thank you. Oh, and a good map too. We have an AMX 50B, BZ75, Chieftain Mark 6. Wow, they got a lot of heavies this time. And one of the heavies, the VK90, we're not going to have the easiest time penetrating. But you know what? I think we'll be fine. Let's activate our speed boost so that we can get right in the position early game. And I don't mind the spawn we got, but it really depends where our heavies go. If our heavies don't support me on mid, we might run into a problem. And it looks like that's exactly what I'm worried about is happening. I mean, I'm not worried about the Sheridan or any of that. I'm worried about getting screwed over by these heavies because they're not going to mid-hill. I need to support my heavies at the end of the day. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to move up, and we'll see where the enemy team ends up going. There's the Progetto. Okay. God, this thing is not very fast once that speed boost wears off. Like, it's not bad on hard terrain, but, man, on medium terrain, this tank is freaking slow, my guy. All right, well, let's keep going. That Progetto is most definitely going to run away. And we're going to aim in on the prog and not be able to hit them there. But we do have the grill in the back. There's a 400 damage high explosive once. That was just really, really lame. We have the prog there. Nice, 421. Sometimes dumping your shells are worth it. And when we're able to deal 800 damage without bleeding any health and then slowly move up, it was definitely worth it. So now we're going to chill here. And we're going to wait. If that 50B decides to back up, we'll have an easy shot. And if the 50B doesn't, then we reload our clip and get more damage per minute. So either way, it's a win-win. 3, 2, 1, boom. Easy 427 into the enemy Progetto. And another easy 400 damage shot into the Progetto. Full health prog, now 170 health. And we chill and wait again. I have to say, running DPM has been pretty enjoyable in this game too, because most of the enemy tanks aren't really having their frontal armor towards me. Let's see if we can get behind this 50B and possibly get some high explosive. The problem is our team is a bunch of wimps, and they're not rushing, and they should be. They should 100% be rushing. All right, that player's out of the game, so I don't really need to worry about that. We have the enemy Sheridan over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 1 shell into the Sheridan, and 2 shells into the Sheridan, and I'm not able to get another one. Really, 50B, really, my dude. Is this what you want to do with your time? I'm not shooting you, because it's not worth it for me. That's how insignificant you are. But, yeah, little lame. Get a nice shell into that player. And, come on, Chieftain, poke it. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's move up. STV shoots that player once. And we're going to go all the way down the hill. Hello there, Chieftain. How are you doing? Would you like your car's extended warranty? Because you're getting it, or not. We're going to bounce a easy shot. That's fine. We have another shell, and we have one more for you. Bye-bye. Well, there you go. That was another 3,000 plus damage game. Required very little effort, and we didn't need the pen at all. So, am I a genius, or is this just terrible? I don't know. But what I can say is these were some of the easiest wins I've had in the Kron. And I think it's because right now we're in a meta that doesn't really need pen. I know, it's weird. I'm the person that always says Cali's the way to go. But recently, nobody's been driving super heavies for the most part. I mean, yeah, we did have a VK90 in the last game we played, and we had a VK72 in the previous game. But honestly, it's been the lowest amount of super heavy games I've seen in a very long time, and it's because of the mobile meta. So running more DPM and running better reliability seems like it might be the way to go. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to see more, please consider smashing that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!